a secondary analysis of secondary data, government data, and we wanted to highlight some statistics and information about child labor and as linked to education. So without much ado, Praveen.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to give a presentation which we have analyzed the data based on the secondary sources. So I would like to set a context of how we are going to present this data. So first, what I will do that I will give a picture of nationally what is happening in terms of child labor, and then how it goes to the state where we are sitting, Maharashtra, and then in Mumbai, around Mumbai, what is happening, nearby districts, what is happening, we will share this. For that also we will see in a different category, like vulnerability of the children is different, like 5 to 9 years child is more vulnerable, 9 to 14 is also equally vulnerable, and above 14, that is the adolescent age. These children, everybody is working. So I would like to highlight that how this segment, because why I want to do this categorization, so that we can pinpoint where we can do intervention as a CRY, as a stakeholder, everyone, where we can put in our head and where we can resolve the issues. So that's the category we have made. And also we want to see some trend like where the child labor is increasing, which segment of the age, like the age of 6 to 9, and then 9 to 14 and 14 above. So one is this, and then geographically, so rural area, urban area, where it is going up. So these things, and then 2-3 points after this presentation I will make the recommendation where we can need to do intervention. So I will take only 10-12 minutes for this valuable time, then I can give this presentation. So so this is the context here in India, more than 1 crore children, working children, and which says, as per the census 2011, we have taken census because each and every household is taken in here. So it's a universal. So 5 to 14 years children is more than 1 crore. And out of this, if you see that 25 lakh children are in the age category 5 to 9 years, and 76 lakhs children are 10 to 14 years. So because under this act, below 14 years there is child, under the definition of the government, below 14. So that is the category. CRY believes in up to 18 years, but here, as per the data analysis, it shows that below 14, what is the vulnerability group? Where is the vulnerability exists? So this is 25 and then 76 lakhs. So where do these children work? So some are economically productive, they are getting some money, or sometimes they are not getting any economic value, but they are associated. वो लोग अपने माँ बाप के साथ बस जुड़े हुए हैं. They are working on it. So how they are working, we will discuss it later. So I will do this this analysis where the children are working. So under this category, again we need to see in a very category wise that there are 2 types of work. One is the main work.
Thank you, Priyan. Namaskar and a very good afternoon to all of you. I must say that I'm really thankful and humbled that my friend Rakshanda and Priyan got in touch with me, and I am associated with CRY. I'm so touched that I did not know about the 12th June importance. The second week of June is always important for all of us. I belong to Pune, and for me it is very important because rains start. And since from my childhood I have enjoyed rains, and I really had a rich childhood. So I never knew it also can have a different connection to the date. I'm so thankful to the Carnival Cinema that they have decided courageously to be a part of this beautiful endeavor. Well, I'm going to read out a couple of short stories about a few children. I must tell you that I'm a studious actor, so generally when I am invited to go anywhere, I do go through the material that has been provided to me. When I read these stories, the tears wouldn't stop, and I was really I never wanted to know these stories. I was so upset that I had such a lovely life so far, and I really don't want to know there are some painful lives around me, and I'm not able to do anything about it. I took a step further, and I decided that before we go for Cry event, let me just share these stories with a few friends. I was at a party over the weekend, and I decided that of course we talk about each other's lives and we gossip about the friends who are not present. We talk about our diet, we talk about our fashion. But let me just try and make a difference, and let me just read out these stories. I must tell you, the entire mood of the party changed. They wanted to know more. One of my friends wanted to know if I can help Gudiya. Can I meet her? She wanted to come for the event. She thought Gudiya is going to come here today. And some more friends said that they nullified the option of gifting something to these children. They said we want to be volunteers with Cry. Is that possible? And I just felt that this is such a wonderful awareness for everyone. I mean, by asking me to join you, you have already created awareness in me and in my family, extended family and friends. That really mattered to me. People were choked, friends were in tears. So let me just read out these stories without getting emotional about it, and I'm leaving it to you how you want to react upon these stories. So first story is of Gudiya. My name is Gudiya. It means doll. But my life is far from a child's play. I'm 12 years old. I'm in 7th standard. My favorite subject? English. I can speak it a little. I'm the 4th among 7 sisters. The eldest is 20 years old. The youngest was born 4 months ago. My father is a driver. My mother is a housewife. The elder sister got married 2 years ago and moved to our village. We haven't seen her since. My second sister will be married by the year end. I don't know how long I will continue studying. My mother is in the hospital right now, and between us 5 sisters, we take care of the baby. When she cries through the night, none of us sleep. Before we go to school, my sisters and I cook and clean. Later I do the dishes, and then we sit down to make earrings. We get paid ₹1 per earring. And we manage to finish around 50 each night before we go to sleep. That means 50 rupees. What do I want to be when I grow up? I don't know. Actually, I would love to be a dancer. I'm crazy about dancing. When the music plays, I can't hold myself back. I just dance like there's no one is watching. If my parents found out, they would be angry. But I'm happiest when I get to dance. But who will give me a chance to explore my passion? Who will let me live out my heart's desires? This was Gudiya. There are many stories, but we have chosen a few. So here is a little glimpse of Ravi's life. I'm Ravi. I live in Mumbai with my parents and my siblings. My father works on a construction site and my mother stays at home. We come from Amravati. I do not go to school. I dropped after the 3rd standard. I go with my father on a construction site. Sometimes I accompany my friends to the nearby railway station where I polish shoes. My siblings also spend time on the streets either begging or rack picking. It took a lot of effort to get my parents convinced that we belong to the school. Now they understand slowly, and education is the only way to break the cycle of poverty and homelessness. This is really, I mean, we have many stories like this, but let me tell you that we all have had different kind of childhood, and I must say mine was the most rich childhood. I always say that let everyone get a childhood like me, where parents were ready to shower love. I was extremely protected. I had shelter, I had food, and beyond that, I had lot of affection and pampering. I always felt that I am the most important person in the family. I could pursue what I liked. My father wanted me to learn dance, mother wanted me to learn classical music. I was very good at sport, and everyone was so encouraging about the fact that I am such a lovely child. And I always felt मैं इनकी आँखों का तारा हूँ. And today that confidence, I mean, I have seen different seasons in my emotional life, but since my childhood was so strong, it was so very well rooted that life is beautiful. I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about the emotional bonds. I don't have to fear that one day we will be asked to vacate the house and go on the streets. I had a very secured childhood, and that matters to me today when I look back at these stories. And now that I am a mother, I have a daughter who's 4.5 and who's exactly repeating the history, who is now Hamari Aankhon Ka Tara. And I feel that here I am already, there are friends who are suggesting कि she's so fond of, my daughter is fond of nature, तो उसे ये कैंप पे ले जाओ, यहाँ पे ताड़ोबा लेके जाओ, या fireflies देखने जा रहे हैं हम लोग over the weekend. So you know, I'm all out there. I feel that I'm such a aware parent. I take care of my daughter so well. But is she the only one in this country? There are so many children who are growing up, and it is our responsibility as a citizen, as a parent, to look after the children. They definitely have full right to have a decent childhood. They are going to grow up as this country's able citizens, and if we tell them right from the beginning that this is a lovely land and you are so lucky that you were born as a human being, then they will definitely create wonders when they grow up. But right from the beginning, right from the childhood, if they were told that तुम्हें 2 टाइम का खाना भी नहीं मिलेगा, तुमको काम करना पड़ेगा, you have to earn your food, they don't deserve to earn their food. It is our wish to, you know, give them birth. तो ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि उनको हमने बहुत अच्छा, बहुत सुंदर बचपन देना चाहिए. Let us think about this. I appeal to all of you to think about this. Just look around. Just look at the possibilities, how many lives we can change. Just one line matters. I must tell you, I had a domestic helper at home, and it is our habit to treat everyone with respect. So her mother lied to us that she was 18. And when I found out, I had to tell her that you can't work anymore. She worked for a year. She was 17 when she joined me. And I was very attached to her. And I didn't tell her to leave, but I just had to request her that this is not what you're supposed to do. You're not going to do dusting and jhadu katka in my house. Just because you look good and I believe that you are 18 doesn't mean that you have right to work. I will support you, but you must stop working. You must enjoy your age. And it was very, I mean, you may feel very filmy, but the day she said goodbye to us, she hugged my daughter. She was in tears, and she wore her chappals, and she walked down 2 steps. She turned back and she told me, "Tai mi shiknar hai, mi 10वी पूर्ण करणार है," which means that I will study. I will complete my 10th standard, because she was a dropout. And I can't tell you how I have many awards in my house. My showcase is full of awards. But that line means a lot to me. That line means the world to me. That someone reciprocated to my emotions and what I wanted to say. It wasn't a fight that आपने हमें फसाया, आपने हमें cheat किया, just walk out. But I requested her because she deserved something really better. There must have been times when I must have said कि ऐसे क्यों लाया, जब मेहमान आते हैं तो ग्लास बाहर से गीला नहीं चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए. I really don't like those glasses which are, you know, which have drops outside. So I have said such things to her and I felt so guilty. Let us all wake up to these feelings, because you know we really don't have time when we are living in metro cities. We have so much to do. We have a to-do list for the day, for the week, and for the month, and for the year, and for our life. Our missions are set. So we really don't have time to look at all these small things. But let us make a difference. Let us thank CRY for being there so ably, so responsibly, and so emotionally for us, because they are working for the children who are around us. And as I really feel, they are the world, they are the future. So let's care for the future, and let's assure them and us that life is really beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Sonali, thank you for that. I've been over 15 years at CRY, and we're always confronted with children and the situation that I'm in. But you really touched me today, as I'm sure you've touched everybody in this room. And if we have more people like you, more celebrities like you, who partner with NGOs, who partner us in our fight for children, I think we can make a huge difference in this country. Thank you very, very much for being here. So now for the exciting time of unveiling our national anthem, but I just wanted to say a few words before that. Many of you probably think that CRY is this big international NGO, right? But I just wanted to clarify today that CRY is very Indian, heart, mind. We were born here in India. It was an Indian gentleman, 25-year-old, who started CRY in India. And we've been working for over 30. We were established in 1979, and we've been working for over 35 years now in the Indian context, in cities like Mumbai and Delhi, in rural areas like Latur and Parbhani. We've been working for many years for children, and every companies like Carnival, if we all really get together, celebrities like Sonali, if we all get together, we can really make a difference. We can remove children from child labor and let them grow and learn in schools. And that's really the message of this.
In India, the adoption process last year was made very complicated. Is CRY trying to help the able parents to make the process easier? Because just to stop child trafficking, the government has made the rules very, very complicated. So do you have any ways to help the parents who can go for the adoption? Because we are not able to choose the centers anymore. Government decides the center for us, where we should go and from where we will be given a child.
So currently it's not an issue. Okay, yeah. Currently it's not an issue that we've focused on, but maybe we should after your request. But we can almost see to some extent the government's point of view, because it is an issue where children really is under threat, and various things can happen. So that's why they want to put these stringent rules, but certainly maybe there's something that we need to look at. Yeah, I understand. I guess they need to veer to being more careful for children, so that's why. But we could look into this issue.
One is this, and the issue which comes under is JJ Act, Juvenile Justice Act. So what we are doing, we just taking as a JJ Act and doing advocacy for that. And
Any other questions, or can we close for the day then? Thank you. All right, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you. Yeah.
Excuse me. Look here, center. So.
Should we start from the right so that we look in one direction? So let's start and move there. Okay.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come inside. Ma'am, yeah. Look here, love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very emotional issue, I feel. It is not as easy to say that it feels really proud and nice to be a part of the endeavor, but I must say that it has definitely made me much more aware about the situation because of the numbers that I got to see. Because generally we feel that such things should not happen. We are a good society and we are doing good to others too. But this national anthem unveiling was an eye opener for me in person because I got to know that the ratio in metro cities when it comes to child labor has not gone down. It is decreasing but very slowly, and as mature and aware citizens we need to take assertive steps to stop this.
मैम एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि ये एक दिन होता है वर्ल्ड अगेंस्ट चाइल्ड लेबर, एक दिन के लिए रहता है, फिर लोग धीरे धीरे भूल जाते हैं, बट ऐसी ऐसी फाउंडेशन जो होती है क्राई जैसे वो लगातार इसके पीछे रहती है, तो क्राई फाउंडेशन जो है उसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
Should I answer in Hindi or English? Because first answer was in English.
कोई बात नहीं.
So I'll continue in
As you
English.
like,
Somewhere I feel this is not only CRY responsibility to make a better society, it is each and every individual's responsibility, because as a society is not something which is probably a structure. It is us. It is each one of us. So I strongly feel that if we join hands with CRY or with any such good effort, on day-to-day basis, if we decide to be a very sensitive citizen of this country or of this globe, we will definitely make a difference if we start taking steps by stopping such activities, by appealing people. It is not about accusing them of doing some crime if they were employing children, but it also about having a dialogue, and it is also about making the child aware that you don't belong here, you belong to a school, you belong to a better environment. I think we ought to do this, and we should do this tirelessly without depending only upon CRY, who's doing a wonderful activity, and who's making us all aware about how in thickest we are right now.
Okay, any plan to make a film basis on such children or produce such film?
It is the need of the hour, and I would love to be a part of any film which is based on this cause. Right now, I'm just an actor, so I will definitely depend upon a writer or a director and a producer. But if they plan a film, I will definitely initiate them to make one, and I would love to do that.
what kind of role you want to play in your upcoming movies? Or
I have very interesting work lined up right now. There are 2 plays that I am doing. I have produced one play that is called White Lily and Night Rider, which is a tearjerker and a comedy. And there is another play called Gardish Mein Tare, where I play Geeta Dutt. Not her role, but a story based on Guru Dutt and Geeta Dutt's life. I have produced a poetry program called Karunopanishade, which is based on Baba Amte's literary work. There are films which are lined up. There is a film called Katsa Limbu, which is a Marathi film by Prasad Oak. We are in the midst of the shoot. And there is a film called Dil Dimag Batti, which I can say is going to be a laugh riot. I'm shooting for which currently. And there are 2 more projects which are lined up, so preparing for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.